Hi, it's Billy Dunlap with GoLaurens.com and GoClennon.com. Welcome to Week 6 of the Lawrence County Football Show, coming to you from KC Hanna Stadium, where on Friday night the Raiders will host the Hillcrest Rams at 7:30. Now let's talk about that game first. Hillcrest coming to Lawrence. Lawrence comes into the game 1-4 overall. They lost to Dorman 48-20 last week in Spartanburg. Now the Raiders were dominated on both sides of the ball. The defense gave up 558 yards to the Cavalier offense. Now the bright spot for the Raiders, Deshaun Mosley, he had one kickoff return for a touchdown for 82 yards, and then he also had another kickoff return that was 81 yards that took the Raiders down to the 6-yard line, where Troy Dendy punched it in for a touchdown from there. Now, it's a new season, starts Friday night. Region season starts. That's when everything counts. That's when everything's for real. And we'll see what happens when the Rams come to town. Now, Hillcrest comes in 3-2 overall. They defeated a much better Woodmont team last week, 21-6. Woodmont now coached by Jet Turner, one of the great coaches in South Carolina. Now, the Rams have wins over Malden, J.L. Mann, and Woodmont. They've got losses to two tough teams, Dorman and Gaffney. The Rams lost to Lawrence last year, 21-14 at Hillcrest. Now the Rams defense, they had 4 turnovers. They forced 4 turnovers last week. They had 3 interceptions and 1 fumble recovery against Woodmont. Now the offense is led by Colin Whitfield, Isaiah McCullough, and quarterback Will Watts. So looking forward to a great game on Friday night right here at KC Hanna Stadium, Hillcrest versus Lawrence at 7:30. Now let's move to the Clinton Red Devils. They've got the #1 ranked team in 3A, the Chapman Panthers, coming to town for homecoming Friday night, 7:30 at Wilder Stadium. Clinton comes in 2-3. They defeated Chesney last week 35-6. Mark Wise, another great game, 130 yards rushing. Chris Holmes, 100 yards rushing. He added 3 touchdowns as well. Now the defense was lights out against Chesney. They allowed 1 touchdown, and that was late in the 4th quarter when they were already playing some substitutes. Also, a new season begins for the Red Devils as they start region play this week against a tough Chapman team. Chapman comes in ranked #1 in 3A. They're 5-0. They defeated Blue Ridge 58-6 last week. They have a high-powered offense. Just like they did against the Raiders, they put points on the board. They're averaging over 54 points per game in their first 5 games. They've got wins over Union County, Seneca, Lawrence, Chesney, and Blue Ridge. They're led by the big 3, quarterback Colton Bailey, running back DJ Twitty, wide receiver Richard Tucker, but don't forget about the other wide receiver, Patrick Fonsat, who had a big game against Lawrence, and he'll look to have a big game against the Red Devils. So Friday night homecoming at Wilder Stadium, Chapman coming to Clinton at 7:30. Now let's move on to the Lawrence Academy Crusaders. Lawrence Academy comes in 0-4 on the season. They were off last week. They lost to Cathedral Academy 42-12 2 weeks ago. Offensively, led by Will Tyndall and Thomas Lowry. Defensively, Joshua Moore and Kenny Langston are the leading tacklers on the team. Newberry Academy also comes in 0-3, so something's going to give on Friday night. Somebody's going to walk out of there with their first victory. Newberry Academy was also off last week. They lost to Richard Wynn 52-6 2 weeks ago. So a big game for the Crusaders, looking for their first win of the season Friday night, 7:30. Presbyterian College Blue Hose, they got a big game on Saturday. They're welcoming upstate foe Walford Terriers, 7 p.m. on Saturday night at Bailey Memorial Stadium. PC comes in 2-2. They defeated Cumberland University 27-20 last week. Walford comes in 3-0. 2-0 in the Southern Conference. They defeated Gardner-Webb 27-24 last week. This is the 84th all-time meeting between PC and Walford. The game's all knotted, or the series is all knotted up. 40 wins, 40 losses, and 3 ties. So one team is going to come out ahead on Saturday. Coach Mike Ayers, legendary coach for the Walford Terriers, he collected his 200th victory at Walford on Saturday against Gardner-Webb. So another big game for the Blue Hose. in that long homestand that they've got. They're going to play Wofford 7 o'clock on Saturday night at Bailey Memorial Stadium. Hey, that's going to do it for week 6 of the Lawrence County Football Show. We've got some great games this week, and we're looking for wins from all of our Lawrence County teams, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the game.